Welcome to the first Woolbrook Bushmans challenge. The first event is setting a rabbit trap. This is a timed event with extra points awarded for functionality and neatness. So you've got to do the job properly, but you try and keep your pace up so you get a quick finish and do a neat enough job so that you score the bonus points for it being an effective set. So you just keep your pace up, the clock is on, and time finishes when you stand up. Second event is boiling the billy. In this event, each challenger starts with the same amount of wood, dry bark and water in the billy. There's no restriction on technique or method, how you set your fire, where you place the billy. It's a strictly timed event, and when the bubbles are boiling entirely across the top of your water, the judge will call time. The third event is fencing. Each challenger has to run a wire, tie off up at the far end there. Speed is important because it's a timed event, but each of your tie off and joins are judged for neatness. In this first panel, you have to cut the wire and put in a figure 8 join. Once you've done your figure 8, you go back to the other end, straining up in the first panel there. So we have to cut the wire and tie off into the end post. Keeping up a steady pace is important to keep your time down, but neat joins and tie-offs are important, and keeping them uniform. Once you've completed the strain, it's just back to the figure 8 to neaten up that join, and time finishes when you put your hands up. The fourth challenge is for each of our competitors to shear one sheep. This job is also timed, but both the judges keep a close eye on second cuts, a nice clean job, how much wool is left. So you have to pay attention to how you do the job, not just how quick you do the job. So good handling of your sheep pays off in making this challenge look easy. The judges don't give you much space here. They keep a close eye on how you're going, and each sheep is marked with your number. The fifth event is a camp cutout. Just looking for good steady work in the camp. But this part of the challenge is judged just according to the ABCRA cutout rules, and it finishes as soon as your horse clears the gate. The sixth and final event is the work and cattle dog challenge. This is where you send your dog out to pick up 4 head and bring them back to the delivery area. This event is judged under the Oz Cattle Dog Challenge rules, so it's a points and time trial. The cattle are awarded 10 points per head for going through the obstacles. Optimum points in the delivery is 4 head between those trees. So he's got full points there neatly. Either side of the trees is only 5 points ahead. Then the cattle are moved over to the second job. The dog has to stay above them a bit here, block them from going outside that fence, and put them through the gap. That was nicely done too. The third job ahead of them is the cattle have to be taken above those red and yellow drums there, and then all 4 brought between them. So again, full points. The dog then's called off and is awarded 10 points for jumping up into the truck. That completed, head off with a bit of pace, get down and open the let out gate. Now the little dog is holding the cattle up so they don't get away from the gate while the worker gets it open. On this job there is a rope tied to the gate, so horse and rider have to stay within hanging on to distance of the gate. They balk a little at the man there. Dog has to cover. They've seen the opening, and the time will shut off when he latches the gate. That's a good run.